let's talk about this Laker and Nets. We was kind of talking about it briefly. Matter of fact, the KD. KD's in the news right now. You kind of touched on it, and I kind of seen a little bit where he just talked about, it's not all about the rings right now. It's about, development and
competition,
et cetera. I call BS on that. What you think?
I wouldn't say I call BS. So I mean, he done got there. He done got to the mountaintop. I mean, people feel how they feel about it. Obviously, people feel like when he joined the Warriors to go get those rings, I mean, I felt like it was, it was kind of a competitive wise, it was kind of a weak move. Being that, in my opinion, at that time, he was the second best player in the league. And then you went and joined Steph and Clay, who had already kind of had their dynasty. They was coming off a 73-win season.
And after you had them down.
Yeah, after you had them down 3-1. I mean, I understand maybe you weren't working out with Westbrook, you want to go on, but some people had they stuff. But I feel like KD, man, he's always, he's always cared about what people say, and some people do. We know players like that. Some players can block it out and say, I don't really, it don't really bother me. KD, it obviously affects him in some way what people feel about him. And that's cool. Athletes are people too. So I don't have a problem with he be clapping back and saying what he's saying. So I mean, I gotta take him for what he's saying. At this point, he don't won a couple championships, got 2 final MVPs. Maybe it's about competition for him now. Maybe it's about just developing and just the love for the game. Why he started playing the game. We always talk about how at some point the business and the other things take over that natural love for the game. So that could be the same way with championships. We know championships are organizational accomplishments. And as he trying to prep for maybe if they get their ass whooped by the Lakers in the finals this year, maybe, but I got to take him for his word, man.
Nah, I mean, I feel you on that as far as taking him for the word, but I mean, again, like KD's not the one to bite his tongue or to hold back or whatever. But I just, first of all, this is why we playing the game. We playing the game to win chips, right? So if you on my mob and you like, oh, it's not about chips, man, we got to have a conversation. Like, what you here for then? You know what I'm saying? That's why we playing the game. And then, like you said, like if it wasn't, and maybe the tone is different now. Maybe a few years ago, it was about the chips, right? Now that I got
it was obvious you don't join the Warriors. Right? Yeah, you don't join the Warriors unless you
So maybe the tone is different since I got mines. It's not about the chips, but now if I'm a teammate and I'm hearing this though, like I'm like, bro, like what we doing this for? Like, okay, you got yours, but it is about the chips. Like, it is about the chips. You know what I'm saying? Kate, hard like, bro, that's why I came here.
All right, but if you Harden and you going out there to hoop, 7, he not gonna play any, not as hard or something like that, or he not gonna, shoot as good, or KD still gonna give you his best effort, but that may just be, it may not be priority number 1 anymore.
Why you playing?
It's different for everybody, dog. Like some people,
I get that. I understand that. I understand it's different for everybody. Like we play the game. Some guys, they play the game for the money. Some guys play the game for the fame. Some guys play, for the material things, for the ladies. I get it. I get it. But what I'm saying is, I think we're cut from the same cloth. You're playing because you want to get to the top, as like personal and team wise. You know what I mean? So if you're on my team and you like, hey, B, like, I don't want no, I ain't really, the chip ain't the number 1 thing for me. Like,
I mean, he said this in an interview though, so it ain't like a one of like you and him talking personally. But for me though, looking at it, trying to see it from KD's standpoint, like when he won his 2 championships, that could have possibly been some of the least enjoyable moments in his life, or least enjoyable time spans in life, because everybody was looking at it and saying, oh, you won a championship, but, or you did this, but, all right, this is the weakest move in sports history. This was that, you hit the big shots, but, so for him, he was probably like, yeah, I done been there, I done that, and trust me, when you get it, it's cool, but that ain't gonna make everything better. And you kind of heard Westbrook say it a few weeks back when Stephen A was kind of coming out. He was like, I already won championships. Like, I grew up in the streets. You know, I got here, I changed kids' life, I got impact, woo. Those are my championships. So I definitely can get it, especially when you talk about these players that, you know, that's what sports media is out here for. You know how powerful that is, to talk about, poke holes, and, you know, people have been poking holes in LeBron's legacy since he stepped on the court.
Right.
So you know, just from that standpoint, and obviously, like I said, KD cares about it. So obviously he was paying attention. If you go to the extent of getting a burner account, like you know, you invested into it. So I'm sure that time in his life when he was in Golden State, even though he was winning chips and winning Finals MVPs, he probably didn't feel like content or feel like, damn, I want to champion, I want to chase this shit again. Because now if he went on to Brooklyn, you're gonna hear the same shit. Oh, you got Hart, you got Kyrie, you got Aldridge, you got Blake Griffin. You know what I mean? So for him, he probably like, man, I'm just trying to hoop, man. So, you know, I gotta respect it, man. I gotta respect the KD.
No, I mean, I'm always gonna respect you giving, you know, your honest opinion.
As long as you're out there hooping. As a fan, I love his game.
I mean, everybody. If you like basketball, you can't deny he's, you know, top 5 right now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I'm just talking about being in it. I'm talking about being in it. Like, you know, if you talk
about B would have hit that championship talk. You about that ring talk?
Yeah, what we doing? What we doing? What we getting up early? Like, what we doing? Like, nah, like we out here putting this work in, and you just talking about, I'm here just because I want to hoop.
I feel you, but like I said, when we watch KD, I feel like he plays a championship brand of basketball. You know what I mean? He's not a guy that's out there just trying to fill up the stat sheet. He's not a guy that's just out there, you know, trying to just put up, you know, triple doubles or double doubles. Like, KD is out there playing championship level basketball.